In this video, I'm going to show you how to find undervalued stocks. Step number one is you want to have a goal. Are you looking for something that is short-term or long-term? Short-term would be anything under a year, and that's going to be considered a swing trade. Long-term is anything over a year, but typically a good range is 3 to 5 years. You plan on holding the stock for the long term and you're investing in it, not trading it. It does matter if you're short-term trading or long-term investing when looking for undervalued stocks, because your approach is going to be different. Let's proceed with the short-term trade first, and then we'll dive into how to find undervalued stocks for investing. When trading, what matters most is technicals. Taking a look at the chart and trying to find something that makes sense. For swing trading, you can either go long when something is oversold, or you can go short via put options when something is overbought. You look at support and resistance lines and under indicators to help tell you if a stock is overbought or oversold. Time frame does matter. I personally like to use the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, and the monthly time frame when determining support and resistance levels. These are going to hold more weight against something that is found on the 4-hour chart, on a 30-minute chart, or a 5-minute chart. An example of drawing support and resistance lines can be seen on this chart, where you can see that I have under $140 for Apple stock as a support. This is using the daily time frame, and you can see that there are multiple occurrences where the stock has bounced at this level. When looking at support and resistance lines, be aware that prior resistance turns into future support, and prior support turns into future resistance as well. You're looking for a price level, a range, where the stock has been rejected or bounced off that level multiple times in the past. This shows that buyers have stepped in or sellers have stepped in at these levels, and it's a key level for another bounce. Something else you can use on top of support and resistance lines to help gauge if a stock is overbought or oversold is the relative strength index, also known as the RSI. Again, use these on the daily, weekly, or monthly time frames. Now, when you look at the RSI, this indicator is overbought when something is over 70 on the RSI, and oversold when something is under 30 on the RSI. Use this in conjunction with the technicals to help find better trades, stocks that are undervalued or overvalued. Now, if you're looking for something long-term, technicals are not going to really matter. However, you can use technicals to help identify your entry points. But over the long term, what matters more is valuation. So what you're going to want to look at is how the company is performing and how the stock is priced off of that performance. One metric that is very popular is price to earnings. This multiple or ratio is used by many investors to determine how a stock is priced against the company's earnings. Now, something easy to do to gauge valuation is take a look at the price to earnings multiple compared to its 5-year average. You want to look at forward-looking multiples because this is going to price in the next 12 months projected growth. When you look at the PE forward-looking against the company's 5-year average, is it higher at that average or lower? For a stock that is undervalued, you want a price to earnings multiple that is lower than its 5-year average. And what this tells you is that this stock right now is cheap compared to its average. And it's good to compare a company against itself to determine valuation. For instance, right now, if we take a look at Apple stock, we can see that even though the stock has dropped a ton, it is still overvalued compared to its 5-year average. So Apple is by no means cheap right now. And this is a little bit deceiving because if you were to take a look at the charts, Apple looks oversold and it looks undervalued, but it's not compared to its 5-year average on the price to earnings multiple forward looking. That's probably the easiest way to determine if a stock is undervalued because you're comparing it against itself. Both of these only work if the company actually has earnings or has had earnings for quite some time and the stock has been around. If it's a new publicly traded company, you're not going to have this data, and this becomes way more challenging. We'll save that for a different video. But these steps are a great initial step in order to determine if a company or a stock is under or overvalued. Now, if you're looking for investments and or trades, we do both, and we do a lot of trades on this channel, and we found many multi-baggers. I'm gonna do a video where we go over how I found 11 trades over the last 2 months that have been more than 200% returns. These are the kinds of trades that I post on the private Discord server. Only $5 a month for watch lists, live trade alerts, stock market news, and stock market updates. To join the private Discord, you join the Patreon. A link is in the bio. Outside of that, that is how you find undervalued stocks to trade and to invest in. Let me know if you have any comments down below. Let me know how you find stocks to trade and or invest in, and I'll catch you on the next video. This is We Are Investing, and together we are invincible. See ya.